Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and I wanted to do a video sharing with you guys. I know in the past, if you followed this channel, I did a review on my pressure washer, the Active VE52. So to give you a little bit of backstory, and I'll try to keep this as brief as possible, bought the unit last year, did the video, my new pressure washer setup. I'll put the link for it down below if you want to check it out. Absolutely loved the unit, was fantastic. Did have a small issue with the power button initially. Contacted Active and said, hey, I'm having issues with the power button. They said this is actually a common problem. We'll send you out a replacement unit. Well, after I contacted them, I kind of did one of those girl things. I took something really hard and hit the power button and it started working. So I kept using the original unit and had the replacement unit that they had sent me as a backup. This weekend I was working on washing our truck, and I was using it. It was having some weird noises. It was surging and not turning off, and I was starting to smell kind of like a hot electrical smell coming out of it. And then I actually was starting to get warm water coming out of the unit, and I don't have hot water outside. So I immediately turned it off and was like, okay, I've got this backup unit. I'm gonna pull that out of the box and just get everything set up and start using that. Fresh out of the box, power button, it won't work. Same problem. Hitting it hard did not work this time. So I actually just called Active again. It has a 2-year warranty on it, and they're going to be sending me out a new unit, and they've actually fixed this power button issue. So be looking for that video review update in the next couple of days. Once I get that new unit, I will be sharing with you guys any sort of changes in my experience with that. I still absolutely love it. The fact that it's affordable, compact, and it has a 2-year warranty. I've had kind of these issues with pressure washers in the past. You know, I had the Sunjo SPX 3000 and I went through 4 units in 2 years. But because of the warranty, I only had to buy one. It was a little bit of an inconvenience having the downtime, but it was still, it gave me a great unit for those 4 units that I had. I just had electrical issues with it. And sometimes when you use something that's at a residential level and you're using it heavier than the normal person, especially like we as detailers, we're using it a lot differently than it's typically designed for. You know, they might not last as long, or you might run into these issues with electrical issues because it's electric and water, so you sometimes are going to have those issues. Then I used a Ryobi 1700, went through 2 of those units in 1 year. I honestly wasn't super impressed. It was the 1700 PSI. So what I did when I upgraded to the Active VE52, loved it. Honestly, I think it was better than the Sunjo, better than the Ryobi 1700, but because it died, because I needed something in the backup, then I actually went and picked up a new Ryobi, but the 1900. So what we're gonna be doing is unboxing this, and I'll just show you guys how it performs initially straight out of the box. So let's get her out of the box and see what she looks like. All right, so again, this was the unit that I've been using heavily for the last year. Absolutely love it. Like I said, very compact. So to go from this size to this size, I feel like we're gonna be very similar. And I kind of wanna compare as far as the specs of this unit. So we go from an 1800 PSI, and I believe that this is 2.0 gallons per minute for the Active VE52. And we're going to 1900 PSI to 1.2 gallons per minute. So we have a lot more gallons per minute with this unit here versus here, but we do have the difference of 100 PSI. So I can definitely give you a comparison on what that looks like. But here we have our instructions. There are different accessories that you can purchase with this unit. All right, so straight out of the box, very similar in size. We've got kind of this roll cage here for the Ryobi. It does come with a turbo nozzle, and it also comes with 2 other tips. So we have our standard 15, and then it looks like a soap dispenser tip. And we're just gonna pull that off. We also have kind of this handle here that you can roll it around. That's actually very convenient. There are times with this that I wish it did have wheels. It's not the most solid feeling, but for what I paid, I don't know if I'm going to be using it a whole lot. We do have the soap dispenser, which I actually wish the Active VE52 had that, because there are times that I'm doing projects around the house that it is nice to have kind of that mixing tank. That way, if you want to put some outdoor bleach or some sort of detergent for siding, you can mix that in, soap it on. So I will say that in comparison, I do prefer to have a soap chamber attached to it. Now we have here kind of our long gun. Typically I use a short nozzle gun like this here. This is the MB925. So we'll probably continue to use the same sprayer that I was using for the Active VE52. And again, we have our cord here, or our hose for the Ryobi. I'm not a fan of kind of these tighter linked ones, so I will probably leave this as a backup. And I actually have a much longer non-kink hose that I picked up off of Amazon. I'll put the link for this upgraded hose as well as the MB925. I have some quick disconnects attached to these so I can quickly connect this, and then I will also see if the quick disconnects that I had on my Active VE52 will fit here, so that way I can quick connect my hose to the unit. I also have a quick connect on my hose from the outside water that I quick connect to the units as well. So we'll see if all of that is transferable. Sometimes they can be a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up straight out of the box. But you know, as far as size comparison, very similar. We have 100 psi more here, but we have quite a bit more gallons per minute, which I will tell you this, we have well water. Sometimes I actually prefer to use less water, less GPM, but we'll see it when it comes to foaming, if that's going to make a big difference or not. For the size, for the compactness, has wheels, has a soap chamber. Those are definitely things that I think are good upgrades to have on a unit. I don't know if Active has ever considered putting something like that on this, just to have like a soap chamber and possible wheels, because it does not have those two things. But anyways, let's get her all completely set up and we'll start using her and see what she's like. Now, another thing that I wanted to say, I picked this up at Home Depot. There was a 200 psi, 1.2 gallons per minute unit that was more of a stand upright version. That was $199, and this was 1900 psi, 1.2 gallons per minute for $149. So I decided for 100 psi, it really wasn't that big of a difference for me to get this unit here. Plus, I do like the compactness of it. I can just kind of put it on one of my shelves versus having something that has to stay out. And again, we're still 100 psi more than what I have with the Active. So, all right, let's get her hooked up and see what she looks like. All right, so we have our unit on, we have our water on. Let's go ahead and see what kind of power we have. Now, I do have a 40-degree tip on this. I just find that it helps me blast through a little bit because we don't have the best water pressure here, but it honestly has been safe for cars. Just gives me a little bit more power versus like a less degree tip, or but it's safer than a turbo nozzle. So far, so good. The issue that I had with the Active VE52, when I would spray and let go, it would not turn off. So I'm decently impressed. We're going to go ahead and fill up our soap buckets. We'll get our foam cannon ready, and we'll see how she can foam with a standard. Alright guys, so for my final thoughts on the Ryobi 1900, honestly, I'm very impressed with the unit. It does a fantastic job of pressure washing vehicles, getting some of those more stuck-on components off. Did a fantastic job with the foam cannon, gave me really great foam. I'm able to blast through a lot of the dirt and grime very quickly, very easily. Did a great job of just rinsing off my driveway. I didn't have to stand there for 5-10 minutes. 40-degree tip, I was able to do it, even with the turbo nozzle. I do like the fact that Ryobi is one of the more popular brands on the market. There's a lot of accessories that you can purchase with it, whether you're going to use it for home use or for detailing, but I know for me, I'm going to be using this also around the house. So there's like gutter attachments, there's the circular attachments that you can do large square footage with those. So very impressed the fact that it does come with a warranty, and I was able to pick it up same day at a big box store. I didn't have to wait with shipping, things like that. I know the Active is not necessarily found in stores, so you have to order it, wait for it to arrive. That can be a little bit of an inconvenience when you are needing something like I was, especially in the moment. So all in all, very impressed. I would say for those of you that are a mobile detailer that are looking for something that's compact, or maybe you're a weekend detailer, someone who's not necessarily like using it 5, 6, 7 times a week and giving it heavy use, this is a fantastic option to consider. I know that there are a lot more expensive units out there that are going to give you far more long-term durability because of just the amount of work that I do here at my house and just using it around the house. I didn't necessarily feel like I needed to spend $600-700 on a more professional grade pressure washer when this comes with warranties. If it breaks, I can send out for a new one. Honestly, that works for me in my world. So let me know what you guys think in the opinion section down below. You know, thumbs up, thumbs down. I know that we all kind of have different uses that we might need for a pressure washer, but for detailing a vehicle, for light work around the house, does a fantastic job for $149. So very impressed. I would say it's very comparable to the Active VE52, but the fact that we have that soap dispenser added on. We also have the wheels, and the fact that I can pick it up at a big box store, maybe give it a little bit of an advantage. But we'll for sure, as soon as we get that new unit, maybe do a side-by-side. I don't know how much you can test side-by-side other than as far as the gallons per minute and things like that. But apples to apples, they're very similar. But the fact that the Active had those issues with the electrical components, they've switched things up, they've changed things up, so I'm excited to try out their new unit. But hopefully this helps some of you guys out if you are looking for a new pressure washer and looking for something that has kind of all the essential basics that you're looking for: compact, power, portability, the soap dispenser. It gets the job done. So thanks guys for watching. We're going to keep moving on the Jeep. I'm really excited for the end outcome, but I'm glad I had something like this on hand to get the job done, because I would have had a lot of water spots if I was just dealing with my little old hose that wouldn't have given me the speed that I'm looking for to get around the vehicle. So All right, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.